All right, so you want to make your life 10 times better in just 1 year? Cool, easy. All you got to do is wake up at 5 a.m., run a marathon, drink a smoothie made of kale and suffering, read 47 self-help books, and manifest success while staring into the sun. Or, not do any of that. Look, we've all had that moment where we're lying in bed at 2 a.m., questioning every life choice, watching some random billionaire say, "Just work harder, bro," and thinking, maybe I should sell everything and live in a van. But before you quit your job and move to the Himalayas, let's talk about actual ways to upgrade your life without turning into a self-help cult member. No nonsense, no fake motivation, just real, actionable stuff that won't make you hate existence. And yes, some of it will be uncomfortable. Growth kind of requires that. But trust me, if you stick around, you'll thank yourself 1 year from now. Or, at the very least, you'll have a few good laughs at my expense. So, ready to become the best version of yourself without becoming that guy who lectures his friends about the grind? Let's do this. All right, step 1 in the make your life less of a dumpster fire plan. You need to stop doing dumb stuff. Groundbreaking advice, I know, but hear me out. You ever notice how 90% of life's problems are self-inflicted? You stay up till 4 a.m. watching conspiracy theories about why pigeons might be government drones, and then wonder why your life feels like a chaotic fever dream. Or you say, just one more episode, and suddenly it's sunrise. You have work in an hour, and your eye bags have developed their own zip code. But here's the thing. If you fix just a few of these tiny habits, your life automatically upgrades. No extra effort required. It's like hacking the system, but without actually committing cybercrimes. For example, sleep? Turns out, not a scam. Try it. Drinking water? Also not a scam. Your organs will literally thank you. Scrolling TikTok for 7 hours straight? Probably not the productivity hack you thought it was. And look, I'm not saying you have to suddenly wake up at 5 a.m., meditate on a mountain, and become a beacon of discipline, but maybe, just maybe, switch out one brain-rotting habit for something slightly less self-destructive. Like, instead of doom-scrolling Twitter first thing in the morning, you could, I don't know, touch grass. Revolutionary, I know, because here's the deal. Your life isn't magically going to improve if you keep doing the same stuff that got you stuck in the first place. And if that sentence stings a little, congrats. That means it applies to you. All right, let's move on to some wildly specific scenarios so you can see how this actually plays out. All right, let's imagine this. It's January 1st. You're feeling motivated. This is the year you finally get your life together. You buy a fancy planner, sign up for a gym membership, and tell yourself, new year, new me. Fast forward 2 weeks. You're back to inhaling Doritos at 2 a.m., and that gym membership is collecting more dust than your childhood dreams of becoming an astronaut. Why? Because willpower is a scam. You can't just rely on vibes to change your life. You need to trick your brain into making better choices. So, let's run another scenario. Imagine you're in 2 alternate timelines. Timeline A. You wake up, check your phone immediately, get lost in a TikTok vortex, and now you're 45 minutes late starting your day. You skip breakfast, feel groggy, and by noon, you're running on 3 sips of iced coffee and a deep sense of regret. Productivity? Never heard of it. Timeline B. You wake up, put your phone somewhere out of reach, actually eat breakfast, and start your day with one small productive win. Could be anything. Making your bed, drinking water, literally standing in the sunlight like a lizard. Suddenly, your brain is like, oh wow, we're actually doing things today. And that momentum carries through the rest of the day. The difference? Tiny choices. The things you do in the first hour of your day dictate the entire mood of your life. Wild, right? But here's the trick. Don't rely on motivation. Motivation is that friend who hypes you up to start a project and then mysteriously disappears when it's time to actually do the work. Instead, set up systems, so even if you're feeling lazy, your environment makes good choices the default option. Want to read more? Leave a book on your pillow. Want to drink more water? Get a stupidly big water bottle so you physically can't ignore it. Want to stop wasting time on your phone? Make it annoying to use. Turn it to grayscale. Log out of your most used apps. Replace TikTok with Duolingo and let that little owl haunt you into productivity. The point is, you don't need to be more disciplined. You just need to make bad habits inconvenient and good habits easier. It's like Jedi mind tricking yourself into success. Now, let's take it one step further with an unexpected twist you probably didn't see coming. All right, here's where things get spicy. You want to know the real reason most people don't change their lives? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they lack discipline. It's because, deep down, they're kind of scared to. Yeah, I said it. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Think about it. If your life suddenly got 10 times better, that means you'd have to actually take opportunities instead of just talking about them. You wouldn't be able to use "I don't know how" as an excuse anymore. You'd have to admit that most of the things holding you back were actually in your control this whole time. Oof, that's uncomfortable, isn't it? Because let's be real. Self-improvement sounds great until you realize it requires accountability. It means owning up to your choices. And that's terrifying, because then you have to admit that all those reasons you told yourself for why you couldn't change were mostly just convenient lies. Yeah, I know. But life is hard. What about bad luck? What about external circumstances? Of course, some things are out of your control, but way more of your life is shaped by tiny daily decisions than you think. So here's the twist. You don't actually need a huge, dramatic life overhaul. You just need to get out of your own way. You already know what you need to do. You've probably known for years. The real question is, are you finally going to do it? Or nah? And before you start panicking, don't worry. I'm not saying you have to change everything overnight. You just have to start with one thing. Literally one. Pick the easiest win possible and let it snowball. Because once you realize you can change, even just a little, oh man, that's when life gets really fun. Now, let's wrap this up with a chaotic but oddly inspiring conclusion. All right, so what did we learn today? Your life won't magically improve if you keep doing the same questionable things. Motivation is a scam, but tricking your brain into good habits? That's the move. Most of the time, the biggest thing holding you back is you. Oof. Sorry, but someone had to say it. But hey, the good news? If you start making even the tiniest improvements today, future you is going to look back in a year and be like, damn, I really did that. Or you could do nothing. Stay exactly the same. Watch this video, nod along, and then go right back to scrolling TikTok for 3 hours. Your call. But if you are ready to level up, drop a comment below and tell me, what's one dumb habit you know you need to quit? No judgment. I'll go first. Mine is pretending I'll just check my phone for a second, and then waking up in a different time zone. And hey, if you found this video even remotely useful or slightly unhinged in a good way, hit that like button. Or don't. But just know, if you don't, statistically speaking, you're 87% more likely to step on a Lego in the next 24 hours. I don't make the rules. All right, go be productive, or at least pretend to be. Future you is watching. Peace.